Hello and welcome to our website. We're a law firm specialising in employee share ownership. We're also employee owned ourselves. We're absolutely convinced that employee ownership in our firm makes a significant contribution to our team members feeling fulfilled, enjoying their work, and we think that also has a significant benefit for our own business. In this short introductory video, I'm just going to walk you through some of the main things that you might want to think about if you're contemplating setting up an employee share scheme in your own company. You'll often have more than one reason for thinking about setting up an employee share scheme in your company, but the starting point for most companies tends to be a desire to create a medium-term incentive that psychologically makes those participating in the scheme actually feel like they have an ownership stake in the business. Now, if you're a company that's looking to recruit people and finding that the marketplace is sometimes quite difficult, offering a share scheme can be a very attractive way of encouraging employees to choose you rather than an alternative company. If you take into account that share schemes often offer tax incentives so that employees can be rewarded through share ownership or share options and pay a relatively small amount of tax on their reward, then that can make an employee share scheme doubly attractive. Tax is important, but the main thing is always going to be setting up a share scheme that actually works in your company and is aligned with your company's own commercial objectives. Well, the first thing you should probably do is think about whether you want a share scheme that's going to be focused really on only your key people, or whether you feel it's important enough to extend share ownership to all your employees. And what sort of share scheme you choose is very likely to depend on which of those two choices you want to make. We think the forms of share scheme that a company can introduce can be always boiled down into three main choices. So the first of those is for an employee simply to buy shares. But the problem often is that employees don't actually have much ready cash in order to pay the purchase price. In a company with initially a very low value, typically one in its very early months or years of trading, then employees may be able to come up with some money to buy shares. The second possibility is that they're granted free shares. However, the taxman usually wants to charge tax on the value of any free shares awarded as if they're part of an employee's pay. But if the company again is in its early years of trading, then the shares may not have a particularly high value, so the tax bill may not be significant. The third possibility, and one that we probably see most commonly in technology companies and ones that are ambitious to grow, is to grant employees share options. In other words, that means they have the right to acquire shares in the future, but at a price fixed today, and which is normally equal to today's market value. We'd be delighted to hear from you if you want to talk to us further, so please do feel free to give us a call or drop us an email. If you want to look at some further videos we've made which talk about employee share ownership and how to do it, then we have one that looks at employee share schemes for your key people. We have one that looks at employee share schemes for all your employees. And we also have a video on employee ownership, which means your company being majority owned by your employees.